respektive Rob will take over this award for Kern. As I mentioned before, Kern Sibbald started doing this with, I'm not really sure how old he was, 2000.
How old he was?
Probably. That's a secret. Okay. At an age where other people do retire, so that I think we can say. So congratulations to Kern Sibbald. I had email contact with him. I actually had the pleasure to meet him by chance for something more or less unrelated 2 years ago. I was at his place. I really loved talking to him. He has a very broad experience of things. And he took time to meet me as a guy which had some ideas. And he spent an afternoon with me in Lausanne at his place. This doesn't happen too often in Switzerland. So I was very happy to hear that Kern Sibbald does get this special prize. We called it in the press release, the idea was from Bertrand, Champions
in Open Source?
Champions in Open Source Awards, exactly. That was the term we had. Bertrand, maybe you want to say a word as well from the jury perspective?
I don't have much more.
Okay.
You said it all.
Okay. The thing was, when people could just start gardening and, look up around the house, Kern Sibbald, he founded an open source project. So I think that's a great example for his peers as well.
Good. You have some words from Kern
Sure, okay. So I think it's fantastic and amazing that Kern's won this award today. I'm a close colleague of Kern from Bacula Systems, the commercial arm of Bacula. I know he's going to be thrilled to receive this. When I spoke to him about this event, I said, look, you might win something, so give me something to say just in case. So he did write a paragraph, so I think it's pretty amusing. So here we go with this. First, I apologize for not being here in person because I'm on a long-planned vacation in South America. I will be very surprised if I learn that you have heard these words, spoken by Rob Morrison, a good friend of mine, because I am the kind of person who never wins anything. Since I never, or at least rarely, win anything, receiving this award is all the more exciting and precious. And then he says, after I retired in 1995 from the Neuchâtel branch of Autodesk that I started in 91, he's being modest there because he was actually one of the founders of Autodesk. He says, I searched for something to do and in 1996 decided to learn about open source. And in 1998, I became actively involved in the APCUPSD, which is the Interruptible Power Supply Control Program. And then in 2000, moved on to create my own backup restore program named Bacula. And today, 14 years later, I still devote 100% of my time to it and expect to do so for as long as possible as I am able. I'm particularly happy to know that many people and companies around the world protect their data with Bacula. And I look forward to bigger and better things for open source and Bacula in the future. Thank you very much, Kern. So just real quickly, because time's getting on, I'll try to do this in 2 minutes. Let's just roll this back to the beginning and try to look into a little bit why what Kern's done, I think, truly is amazing and why I suspect he's won this award today. It's because, first of all, and probably foremost, Kern's got this massive passion for open source. He really cares about the ethos of it very, very much. And he, as you already know, you've heard, he's been writing code non-stop now for Bacula, essentially single-handedly in the beginning since 2001. And he developed during that time a great community that followed him, that he supported, and probably more importantly than anything, that he truly cared about. It got to about 2007 when he was helping somebody out by email one day. They were having problems, they said, because they were having to load Bacula repeatedly onto a lot of machines. And he said, how many machines have you got then? And they said 419. And he said, well, okay. So he helped them out and automated the program for them so that they could get through that problem fairly easily. He said, by the way, who are you? They said, well, we're Bank Austria. And at that point, I know Kern remembers that, if you like, as the tipping point when Bacula truly came of age and was clearly being used, not just for smaller businesses and enterprises of 15 to 20 machines that needed a good backup and restore solution, but really huge global enterprises. Then what's even more amazing is Kern was visionary enough not long after that to realize that if Bacula was going to continue long into the future, when he perhaps was going to eventually step away from it, there needed to be a commercial arm to Bacula to feed it, if you like, and to feed the project. And so he founded Bacula Systems. That's the commercial side of Bacula. And he's the CTO and chairman of that company and is involved in its day-to-day business. And today he can boast amazing customers such as Swisscom, who I think are here today, but also huge names like NASA, for example, and many other global organizations that I'm not even allowed to mention. Isn't it incredible what one man and open source together can achieve? Because he's really done this all by himself. Yes, there was a great community which he built up, and he got help and people contributed to the code, but he's really driven all this by himself. So amazing vision by Kern. He continues to be a leader for us all today in Bacula, and I know he'll be thrilled to receive this award. It'll mean a lot to him, and I'm very proud to know him. Thank you.
Congrats.
Thank you very much, Rob. Und ich glaube, das war ein perfekter Abschluss.